What's up, everybody? I'm doing this video. I'm not going to do it live. I'm going to try this recorded and see how this goes, but I want to share something with you that I came across today. And as I play it, I will kind of walk you through what it means to me and why I felt it was important to share with you. Um, and I literally bawled as I was watching this video, and I don't normally do that, but it really did resonate with me in a big way. Okay, so I'm definitely going to share this with you. Please tell me how you feel about it in the comments below. Um, yeah, that's that's where I'm at with that. Let me get to it really quick here. Okay, it's from this group. I think I may have shared a video of theirs before. Um, I listened to this guy's first and it didn't really resonate with me as much. I'm sure it did a little bit, but I was like nothing stood out. But when I watched this, I bawled. So I really do think it's important. So I will play it for you. And please, again, tell me how you feel about it in the comments. But it really does validate everything I've gone through, everything I've said to you guys over these past, over everything I've shared. Okay, especially pay attention to everything I say. I feel like that's my point. I feel like sometimes we just kind of skate over some of the words I say. Why people do that, I don't know. And it really does have relevance for everything that I say, even if I may not be putting it out there in the way you wish to receive it. It is who I am. Okay, so just pay attention. That's all I'm asking. Let me make sure this is going the way I want it to go. Okay.
Hello, my special friends. Are you really ready? Dear ones, I am the Archangel Michael. I am not going to go into too much here, commenting on the current moment. It has already been commented a lot about other beings of light that have come here. As I have already said, the moment is one of pure improvisation. The moment is for reflection. The moment is for taking care of your own home. But
I've said that many times. It is about going within. And that's what she's really talking about.
this house is not the house where you live. This house is where your soul is now. The time has come for you to effectively take care of your souls, to simply turn inward, fully inward. The moment now is one of great change. The moment I can say that it is the highest degree of cleanliness that you could be going through, because the intensity of the light that arrives at every moment that Gaia is doing is bringing this to each of you. There is no way to escape. There is no way to hide. Just as you have free will, you can just close your eyes, deny it all, think it is all a joke, and just keep on living without caring about anything.
How many people do you know do this right now? You cannot deny what is happening in the world. How many of us are saying these things? We're conspiracy theorists, we're crazy, we're the ones who are off our rocker, right? It's all a joke. And people just keep on living. Even I tried to do that. Well, maybe this isn't real. I'm just gonna go back and be normal like everybody says to do. Okay? Without caring about anything. How many people I know already called me crazy.
With each step that your planet takes towards full ascension, you are drawn to the fifth dimension. So I would say that it depends a lot on the vibration of each one, how you are actually walking. Those who are on the path of cleansing on the path of total acceptance of who they really are, without judgment, without hurt, have been following that path indicated by.
So you want to know how you know if you're ascending? There's your answer. Are you on a path of cleansing, of being met with parts of your soul that need to be healed and being released? And are you walking that path? Are you walking the path of accepting of who you really are? Isn't that what I recently said to you guys? And I did it in a harsh manner for a reason. I was met with a lot of harsh, and I still am, you guys. And that's the reality. Are you in judgment? And when this goes through, I'm going to tell you what I've recently gone through. I kind of did tell it already, you guys, but this is real stuff. So pay attention.
By all of us for a long time, they are more attracted to this light. So these people have a faster step, a bigger step. So I would say that there is a central point and everyone is moving towards it. Those who are preparing harder, with more love, with more determination, are being attracted to this point and are moving quickly. Those who refuse to face everything that happens, refuse to understand, refuse to accept, are also being attracted, but let's say a very small speed, extremely small. What I want you to see with this is that each of you is where you have to be. Each of you is where your walk has already brought you. And
So this was also important to me as well. Okay, because I have met people over these last 2 years where my gut kept telling me I'm supposed to help them, I'm supposed to wake them up. And some accepted it and some didn't. And I was very pushy on some of those. Like I knew it, I felt it. Did I know why? No. And so it's like you're where you're supposed to be. You're always in free will. And in the moments we make the choices. And I feel in times through this, we've made the choice out of everything's normal. This is a joke because that's where it's always been. It's always been the same, right? Nothing's ever changed. And now we're met with these big actual moments of change. And unfortunately, I feel some of us made decisions out of haste, but we can't, So pay attention to what's coming up for you. Pay attention to what's coming up for you. I've talked about what recently happened to me with somebody I was met with that like came up in my energy field and I had to forgive them. Pay attention to what's going on for you. It's not a joke.
then you can see that those around you are not at your side. They are back there in their time. If you want to stop, park at some point and wait for others, it is impossible because the light does not allow this stop. It is simply attracting you faster and faster due to the evolution of each one. You just have to always remember there will be a time when this light will no longer attract. There will be a time when there will be a big circle around this light. Whoever is inside this circle.
That would be what I would call judgment day, right? There is a time where this veil closes. And I've said that before too. There is a time. Keep listening.
Will ascend with the planet. Now, whoever is not, there will be no way. There will be no crying. There will be no begging. There will be nothing to allow those who are outside that great circle to ascend, because there will not be an entity, a being at the door, whether or not to allow entry. You will be separated by the energy that each vibrates. So there is no way to cheat, there is no way to lie, there is no way to bribe, there is no way to treat them. Simply whoever vibrates within that circle will go, and whoever does not vibrate will not go. It is very simple. So I always say here, making a decision not to vibrate light, to stay with yours, is useless. Because those who are remote from the planet will be removed each to a point, and they will not be withdrawn with conscience, which means when they get where they are going to go, they will remember nothing because they will start a new journey. You will not be with those for who you have given your opportunity away to ascend. I never cheated about it. I have always said the same thing. Each soul has a path. Each soul has already made a choice. Now, what I always said here, whoever chooses to ascend, whoever enters that circle, will not make choices. I repeat this.
Do you guys hear me that? Like, let me repeat that. I've already gone through this over in my head. Do you think I would leave my kids to ascend? No. No. I don't think any of us would leave our loved ones to ascend, so therefore nobody would go. So the choice has been removed from your hands.
Here constantly, many wonder, what do I mean by that? Then I will explain. The moment of truth has arrived. In the final moment, you will be able to look back and not see who you love. And in that moment, the feeling of love that you feel can take you out of the circle, and unconsciously you decide not to go because those you love too much will not be with you. So I repeat, you will not have to make this choice. How will it be done? I will not go into details. Only you will have no feeling of looking back and having doubts. There will be no doubt. There will only be certainty. So whoever is on the walk, continue. You will not make a choice in the final moment. This I assure you, because if you are preparing for the big moment, with your heart in celebration, with your heart exploding with joy, will it be easy to separate from yours and keep all this joy? We are not intuitive beings. We know that this will not happen because you, even if you make the decision, I will, and I will leave everyone. Will your heart be celebrating?
Exactly.
Will your heart explode with joy?
No.
And the sadness, and the feeling of loss, and that feeling of selfishness of having thought only of you? Will you keep your vibration high, or will you fall off a very high cliff and have no way to get back? So that's what I always say here. Whoever is on the walk and choose to ascend will not make choices. You won't have to suffer for anyone in the final moment. Understand that. How will it be done? I repeat again. It is not your problem. Just understand that no one will choose to leave anyone behind. The choice will have already been made. So more than ever, at this moment, I ask each one of you, take care of your own walks, emanate light to others. Yes, you can and should emanate light for everyone, but without worrying about each person's journey. Take care of yours. This is the moment of self-care, of self-treatment, so that you can take the lead and get closer and faster to the central point, which is ascension. As I always say here, don't stick to dates, but important chances are about to happen.
Anyone you know that's connecting for the real will say this. If they're throwing out dates, it's sketchy.
And I can tell you, you have been asking for it a lot, but when it does happen, many will regret it because it won't be easy. It won't.
Okay, I'm going to go back to what she just said. So everybody's asking for this to happen quickly. Okay, everybody's been like, can this happen quicker? Let me see if I can't get it. All right, here.
To happen, and I can tell you, you have been asking for it a lot, but when it does happen, many will regret it because it won't be easy. It won't be as simple as you think, and that is exactly why we have to have everything very well planned, with all the infinite possibilities very well analyzed and tested. So the movement continues to be one of interiorization. There is no way to stop your walk unless you choose to live the light. Whoever is walking each at the speed that vibrates. Trust it, believe it. The moment will come when you will begin to realize that you are coming closer to the fifth dimension. Remember that pyramid. The more you accelerate the walk, the more floors you go up, and many are arriving or are close to a much more complicated area. Why complicated? Because hi, I'm Scarlett De La Torre, and all the veils will fall, and there will be nothing hidden there. There will be nothing more that you cannot see, and facing all of this will not be easy for you. These will be moments of great pain, but that is exactly what I want to ask of you. Arm yourselves with light. Free yourself from a lot of things here. Before you get there, there is not yet the fifth dimension, but
Do you hear that? I hear a lot of people already talk about that they've already arrived in the fifth dimension. They're starting to feel higher energies, but we're not there yet. So keep that in mind.
it is so near that you will already be practically naked in terms of soul. Everything will be inside.
So that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little insight to what I've been going through. I've been talking about this. It's like being stripped to the bareness of your soul. Okay, every pain, every experience is like all around you. Like you can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. The choice is in what you do with it. And I've mentioned this recently. Okay, recently I was met with making a choice myself, and I've told everybody you're all going to be met with choices. It all depends on what your final choice is. I'm going to let her keep going and I'll keep explaining that.
There will be nothing else and no way to hide, so just start preparing now. There is still a lot to know about every soul walk, so just be ready for this great moment, because then it will be the final test where you will not be able to judge yourself. You will not be able to suffer. You will not be able to point the finger at the other, nor at yourself. You will be able to see inside your house a great enemy, the one who killed you on.
You will suddenly be able to see inside your house a great enemy, the one who killed you once.
the one who raped you on,
the one who raped you once, or the one who once did very bad things to you and today living by your side. So, will you be able to look at him
or the one
or
who
her?
once did very bad things to you and today living by your side? So will you be able to look at him with the same love you have?
With the same love you have today? Or you will simply look at him and say, I forgive you for everything you did to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? You're going to be met with this. I was. Okay, and I feel like I'm definitely ahead of the time for a reason, right? And it's no coincidence it happened after opening this portal of time. You guys, when I did this last workshop and I told you I went to the Sphinx and I opened the portal of time, I channeled a chant and I cannot for the life of me place who that came from. It was the collective of everything. And I'm starting to come up with the summarization of it, just a title for who I got it from, and that would be God. Okay. And then I had to look my enemy, spiritually speaking, in his eyes, because there is no contact there. There was no physical, no telephone contact. But I had to look at this. I've had to look at and feel the pain that I felt from people. And literally, I've said this before. I said this on one of my videos recently, that I was met with a thing where I had to do, all of a sudden it came over me to do a healing and to do forgiveness and to ask to put that into this person's heart, and they have to accept it on their own. That's what Spirit told me. There's free will. So I did what I can do, and I opened up the gate for that person to do so. And why would I do that when that person has not only hurt me, but has totally tore up my kids? Like in evil ways.
Have today, or you will simply look at him and say, I forgive you for everything you did to me. It may be that he doesn't understand anything, but I assure you that he will understand because he will also remember everything he did to you, and then will it be a magical moment of forgiveness and a request for forgiveness, sublime, or is it the moment of a lot of hate, a lot of anger? This will be the big test. I could even say it will be the final test. That test where you will pass with praise or not for the fifth dimension. Because whoever passes the test learned unconditional love, learned to understand that it was not today.
Unconditional love. Okay, just like I've talked about what's coming out for the collective. This is not just an individual thing. Can we forgive what's been done to the collective?
That it was a long time ago, and that today you are there in front of your enemy to forgive him, but to forgive him from the bottom of your heart, and he humbly asking you for forgiveness, also from the bottom of this heart. This will be the final moment, and then many are already thinking, what if I don't pass this test? You go back that road where you were already walking. You will go back many kilometers back so that you learn to deal with it all.
So we've talked about this before. Okay, I'm putting it all together, especially with what I've done and what's coming. The splitting of the two earths, the good and the bad, darkness and light, judgment day. We've talked about, what is it, this 26,000 year cycle. So those that don't ascend are going to go way back to the beginning and start all over on the cycle of learning how to love. Have you guys caught on to that was the purpose of life?
No, you will not be put out of the circle, but you will have to walk all over again so that you learn to forgive, so that you learn to ask for forgiveness, so that you learn to love unconditionally. So, my brothers, a lot has to be done. and it will not be an easy time. So why are you so anxious?
And I think I've said this before too. Why on earth would we want to rush these changes? They're big.
Everything to happen soon. I assure you, you will regret this request because many are not ready. They think they are, but they are not, are far from ready. And when you start to see all this ahead, you will regret having asked to leave this moment. So, when we say that it is a moment of self reflection, a moment of interiorization, a moment of self treatment, it is that moment of exercising unconditional love. It is that moment of looking inside and learning to forgive, learning to ask for forgiveness. Whatever the situation, only in this way will you be able to pass the final test, and whoever passes will be very close to the ascension. We have already said here there will be waves of ascension, not all at once,
Not all at
because
once.
each one is at his speed on that road. Then whoever is reaching the key point to ascend will ascend, and whoever follows will ascend later, each one in his own time. So don't be wondering what the inspiration of this chaff and the weight will be like. This inspiration is purely energetic. It is by frequency. So do not be imagining crazy ways to circumvent the system, because there will not be. It is to resonate or not to resonate. The frequency will be there. Whoever resonates with it, it will pass. Whoever does not resonate will not pass. That's simple. I am the Archangel Michael, and my intention here is to help, to give that little push so that you can watch any type of film of your lives impartially, simply watching as if it were a fictional film in which the character whose there is not you, because it won't tell you anything.
So this was a very, very, very interesting video, and it again goes over everything I have been discussing. You guys, there's reasons Spirit tells me to talk about my personal experiences because I am who I am. Put it all together. I don't like dates, and I feel like a lot of people have asked to rush this transition. And as hard as this time is, it's really all about healing thyself. Because if you're not ready to look at the person who hurts you, who has hurt you, and beg for forgiveness for both of you, then there's some healing to do, right? There's some healing to do, because when I was met with this recently, it just came out of nowhere, you guys, and it took over my heart. And all I wanted to do was beg that this person be healed, and that this person knew that I forgive them, and that this person was okay. And not just for them, but for the people that care, right? Unconditional love. I hold no hate. I hold no grudges. I really don't. Can I talk about what people did? Every time I talk about my experiences over this last year or two, people take it personally. I'm not judging you. You did what you did. Whatever. I don't care, and I don't take it personally. And I've talked about this. I know in my heart of heart, those people didn't take 5 minutes to get to know me. They're coming from a place of internal judgment. Okay. When people judge others, they're genuinely judging themselves. All right. And so we need to take a look at that. It's all about where we're at and what we need to heal to ascend as a whole. Right. That's the goal. Let's raise the vibration. Let's be in love and light. It's not a joke. It really isn't a joke. I look at these last 2 years and I still constantly go, did this really happen? Because my life has been crazy. I can't deny it. I cannot deny it. I cannot deny it. And all I'm hoping is everybody lets in love and light. There should be no fear. There should be no wondering. We should just be in love and light. We don't know when, but we can guarantee you it is. Let go of when and focus on filling your soul with as much healing as and light. No matter what. I feel like that's the answer to everything. So much validation in this video for me, and just a reiteration of you guys, whether you like the way I say things, please listen carefully to everything I say. I'm truly met with the smack in my face that, see, what you say has a purpose. Here's your sign, right? It's that thing. Here's your sign. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. Let's see if it's still okay. Anywho, I am going to stop this video. So much love to all of you. Just be in the state of, like I've said, let go of judgment. Let in light and love. Let in light and love. And don't be in worry. Our kiddos, you guys, that's one thing they want me to reiterate, are so close to us. Don't worry about them. Okay? Kiddos are so innocent. All right? Just keep your heart open and pure. So much love. I love you all. No judgment here.